Hi, I'm Hastings, and welcome to All the Other Music Stuff, a podcast that highlights some of the overlooked aspects of the music industry. And today, I'm super excited. This gentleman over here. Okay, so a big story with him. The guy made my now wife to be my wife. I would just say like that.
Well, I assisted.
Because you assisted. No. You were like the MVP.
Oh, yeah.
Like, literally. So, yeah, guy did the things on the day I was proposing to my then girlfriend, now wife. And she literally cried. Like she went tears deep in. And yeah, so I've known this gentleman like that. And I'm super excited to hear his story and share some of the insights that he has within the music industry with you guys. So, yeah, without further ado, Casper.
Yeah, man.
Welcome.
Yeah, I'm super excited, man. Thanks for having me, man.
No, it is an honor to have you in this space.
Oh, yeah?
Can you do the honors and introduce yourself to the audience? Who are you and what do you actually do in the music industry?
Right. Like Casper is my real name. Let's start there, right?
Yeah.
Casper Esau II. That's what I like to go as because my great-grandfather, that was his name. Right?
Oh, okay.
From my mother's side.
Oh, cool.
Casper Esau II. My dad is actually Sutu, so my surname is Mufukeng.
Oh, okay, cool.
My mom is colored. That's why I sound the way I do.
Okay.
I grew up colored.
Okay.
I grew up,
Yeah, that's awesome. So you got the Sutu cultural side and the colored side.
Yeah. Actually, I had to follow Sutu or traditional customs when I married my.
Oh yeah.
I had to do the whole Mahadi Lobola thing and.
No, awesome, man.
Yeah, it's a lot, man. So 3 weddings for one woman, bro.
and out of curiosity, how's your Sutu? Like,
it's not. I mean, it's like bad signal. Sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not there. You know what I mean?
Cool.
When I'm around certain people, it's there.
Okay, that's cool.
But
okay,
don't ask me to speak.
Okay, cool.
But I can Sutu
cool.
well.
Yeah, so what do you do in the industry?
In the industry, well, obviously I'm an instrumentalist, saxophone player. That's how it started initially. But I'm now venturing more into production and studio work,
Okay.
Just trying to spread my wings as far as I can. And more recently, looking into artist booking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to help other people get the gigs that they're looking for and help them with the admin side of things.
Okay, yeah.
Interesting fact, my wife is actually we're pushing this thing together where we're doing this admin thing for the artists or for the bands.
Yeah.
Because she has experience with booking DJs and stuff.
Oh, okay. Is it?
Yeah, and events.
Okay.
So I mean, that's actually where we met. Also, I was playing at an event on a political party.
Yeah.
She happened to be there, and yeah.
Oh, really?
Okay, long story short.
Okay.
She liked what I did, and
awesome.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, man.
Okay, so I mean, with you. You said, like you mentioned, the instruments that you play. So saxophone, flute.
Yeah,
I know, flute. A bit of flute. Don't say a bit of flute. This guy nails a lot of instruments, right? Do you do clarinet as well?
I have a clarinet, so
okay.
Yeah.
All right. What's your background in learning all these instruments?
Well, I mean, we were at the JYO together.
Yeah.
I first started with the saxophone, right?
Yeah.
At JYO, and then as I grew into the music thing, I realized, okay, there's something called woodwind doubling, and you're getting more work and getting more money, more booking,
Yeah.
So I got my hands on a flute.
Yeah.
Which it's not too far from a sax.
Okay.
Like ergonomically and fingering wise.
Okay.
It's just the embouchure
that you need to.
Clarinet, however.
Is it a different beast altogether? But I would think clarinet is easier because you got the reed going on and the saxophone also got the reed.
No.
Okay, with the clarinet, is it the fingering? Because unless you're telling me the embouchure is also like...
I'm sure it's kind of different compared to the sax.
Yeah.
it's more stiff. It's more
Okay, is it?
classical,
Okay.
I like to call it that because it's more. There's no messing around or effing around.
I see.
And then the fingering is slightly different altogether, especially in the lower register. It's like
Okay.
totally different instrument, bro. Like,
Really?
but I love it. I love the sound, and
Okay.
I'm actually gonna. Thanks for reminding me about the
Okay.
clarinet.
No, yeah. I mean, you need to mention all these things. Like, you never know again where the actual stuff.
There was actually a big band gig in December with Adam Howard, and I was playing alto.
Oh, yeah.
With some Tunzi and Vubu.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there was some flute shots and clarinet shots, bro.
Is it?
Now, Tunzi doesn't play clarinet.
Yeah.
So we asked Adam, hey, man, look, we don't have clarinet, so what's going to happen? So luckily, he just transposed and gave us like alto shots.
I see.
But there was some flute shots, so we both had to like
do
the flute thing.
Okay.
So he's better than me on the flute, so we swapped that particular piece.
I see.
Okay, you take the difficult one, I'll take this one.
Okay.
That was
play around with it.
Yeah, and it was kind of like a wake-up call to say, hey, man, check out your other stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so JYO, and if you are interested, this is Johannesburg Youth Orchestra. Was that the only formal background to music that you had? I thought you had NSA at some point. I don't know.
Yeah, I was at NSA.
You were at NSA. Okay.
And NSA had no, I wouldn't say no effect on the music because I didn't do music there.
Okay. So is this where the drawing comes?
That's where the drawing comes in.
Okay. Can we speak about NSA a bit and your drawing? Because that also took me by surprise. The first time when you launched the Casper
sketches too.
Yeah. You took me by surprise because I was like, okay, is Casper going in? You trying to get into this drawing thing? I mean, I think it was COVID times.
Yeah,
so everybody was just experimenting with different stuff. So, and then you did like, I think it was the lion thing. I'm not sure. Like there was a drawing you did. Then I was like, dude, you can actually draw. Yeah. Okay, so you were doing art.
Art happens to be, or drawing happens to be one of my first things. It was always there, man.
Is it?
From primary school,
yeah,
drawing anime,
yeah,
Dragon Ball characters and all that. And then eventually, your mom asks, why don't you draw me? And you try that. It turns out not too bad, and you start growing, and the internet, you start getting access to all these other inspirations.
Yeah.
And then it was in grade 10 when I asked my dad, I actually begged him to put me in NSA. And then, luckily I passed the audition. I grew so much there because it's the right space for you. And you have the right guidance in that space. But then in grade 11, because at the time I was already volunteering at church. At the previous church I used to go to my dad's church where they go.
Yeah,
I was playing E flat horn in the brass band.
Oh, is it? Yeah, so already you in music.
Yeah, but it wasn't like serious. It was like brass band.
Yeah,
cool. But then I met a guy called Clinton. Remember Clinton?
Clinton, Clinton, Clinton.
So Clinton actually got me more into the music thing.
Okay.
And, when I got my sax, I can't remember how it happened. I was part of the Festival of Fame main production.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so it was Clinton. Clinton was playing trombone, trumpet, and directing the horns, and it was Clinton, myself, and Naledi.
Okay.
Remember?
Oh, Naledi.
Yeah. Naledi.
Big ups to Naledi. Shout out. I hope he can be here so to hear that guy's story.
So those two guys had most of the influence while I was at NSA.
Okay.
They check out the music thing. You're not too bad, bro. So I thought, I'm not. If they think so,
okay.
And then
so there was the link for you to also know about the JYO.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah,
I discovered the JYO through Clinton. Definitely, he told me about it. Sometimes he'd wear the jersey.
Oh yeah. What's that?
Out of curiosity, I just like ask him. Hey, man, what's this? And then after matric, I took a gap year. I was supposed to do graphic design.
Okay.
Bursaries just didn't come through. It just didn't happen on the art side.
Okay.
So then I decided, you know what, I'm going to take a short course doing the music thing. There was a teacher training course at JYO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You also did the teacher
thing.
Okay, really?
I think it was a 2-year thing, huh?
Yeah, it was a 2-year thing. Yeah.
So when I met other cats there, and it was so inspiring because you'd hear the ensembles later on during the day. And then I just never looked back.
I always say, like, you know, the opportunities that JYO actually gave most of us, like, it goes unsaid, but, like, it really catapulted most of us into this industry for the price that it was for. You know, it was close to free, dude. Like, literally close to free, and you're getting access to a personal teacher. Dude, I don't know.
So many things, man.
So yeah, that's like one of the things that I'm like, okay, this platform, if someone is out there, they are looking for avenues, you know, to try and get into the music industry, and they are hearing all these stories, they are hearing about JYO, you know, they get to be directed to the right platforms and stuff. So yeah. So I mean, I decide not with NSA because NSA, I feel it's untapped, but if they can do like a sitcom or, you know, like those high school movies about NSA, I feel like there's so much that can
be thought about. A lot can come out from NSA, especially, you know, like typical movie stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
because you guys were literally at an art school.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, unheard of anywhere in the world, actually. I mean, you got your Juliet going on and stuff. But like in Africa, just to think about an art school, that's unprecedented because I myself, I remember growing up, you know, you try to, I mean, you're gigging here and there.
Sure.
Now it comes the tough decision to say, like, okay, are you gonna go for it, you know, or not? And then parents are like, no, go do law, go do accounting, go do stuff. I feel like if I had that opportunity to say, like, from my high school, there's a school actually that's making you, you know, be in your art self, that would have maybe convinced them better.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, believe me, man, like, even though I went to an art school, they still expect me to get like a proper job because NSA within itself, it's an art school, but they do have academics.
Okay.
They don't have sports because, I mean, if you're a ballet dancer and then you break your leg
in sports,
I mean, you're over, you're done.
Makes sense, yeah. So it's just arts then.
It's just arts and academics, and like you said, I think a lot of things can come out from NSA because there's so much going on, so many different characters. Like the art students were always just chilled, and the music students were more, the drama students were more out there, and the dancers always had this posture. You know,
you guys were always the cool kids. Like I always saw those NSA kids in Bram, like, you know, like they're already cool in the high school. You know, so cool. So did your family like always support you? Like doing the art? I mean, I know you said like they would expect you to get a proper job. But how was their posture, though, like in terms of supporting you with your journey?
It's I think it's a mixture of both, of supporting, but then also thinking, would this work? You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't blame them. They're human, and in my family, I'm like the only one who's taken music so far. You know, like outside of the church, like professionally.
See. Yeah.
So I mean, they were convinced enough to take me to an art school because of the skill that they noticed that I had, you know, with the art. And I appreciate my dad for making that sacrifice and, you know, enrolling me there and getting me in. Just after, when I was spending so much time at home and just practicing my saxophone, they were starting to doubt, like, you know, what's happening here now? Like, bro, go get a job, brother, you know, because the bursaries are not going to happen. So that, I think after high school, they started doubting, you know, like,
Okay.
Because I used to practice a lot, bro. If I can show you, I don't know my ID here, but my ID,
Yeah.
my ID photo has like
Is it
there's like
like a
black
mark?
marks on my
Yeah.
lip, and you can tell I'm a grumpy young kid because it was all the practicing. Because I always felt like I needed to catch up because I was 17 when I started
Ah,
playing
okay.
saxophone,
Yeah. Yeah.
and already in John Davis jazz band,
Yeah.
you get this 14-year-old
Killing
kid
it, rude.
banging on the saxophone. And I'm like, no, man.
Yeah.
And, I was always like behind with my sight reading, but I could play a decent solo at that
Yeah.
age, But so I always felt like
We need to catch up.
I need to catch up. I need
Yeah.
to get my hands on some books. I
Yeah.
was always practicing.
Okay.
Yeah. I probably did like 4 to 5 hours.
Wow. Okay. And I mean, it's showing off now,
I wish I could still push 4 hours, bro.
Yeah. It's the results that you're sort of getting now. And do you think that partial formal training, with the jazz band and the Jewa or the wind band, has it helped you now navigate the industry a bit better compared to if you had not come about going through a formal program like the Jewa or?
Yeah, no, it definitely had some influence, some benefits. Because, if I was one of those sax players or musicians that just preferred playing by ear,
Yeah.
there's certain gigs I would never have done, and as a matter of fact, Etienne was on that big band gig in December.
Oh,
We
is
spoke
it?
about that
Yeah.
prior to recording,
Yeah.
So, he told me, hey, man, remember when I was shouting at you?
Now look.
Look. So, the formal training is there, and shout out to my then teacher, Bennett Mamabolo. He was actually a trumpet player.
Really?
Weird. He could play saxophone.
Yeah, but like his main instrument was trumpet.
Yeah, but when he picked up the sax, like I sounded better than him at the time. But he could tell me,
like, do this,
do that.
I think that's the mystery with teachers, because again, that's like number one on a passion level. I feel like for you to become a teacher at anything, but the insights that they have, if you trust your teacher and stuff, like it will literally guide you to the right path and the right place and stuff. So that's interesting to know that he was actually teaching saxophone.
Yeah,
because I knew that he was trumpet.
Yeah. No, he was a brilliant saxophone teacher. Okay, because the homework to say that he used to give me and the other cats was always challenging, and it wasn't in the curriculum because we were doing classical grades. And
Yeah.
he also give us like, hey man, check out this jazz, man, and drop the F bomb. It is.
Yeah.
That was fucking jazz, man.
So did you do any gradings or?
I ended at grade 5.
Okay.
I had to go do I eventually got a job at some point. Yeah, I don't know if you remember that.
I remember. Was it was it in telecoms or something?
I was
at
at
Vodacom. APSA. Okay.
APSA,
yeah, I remember.
I was at APSA. Did what was it? Internet banking and stop cards.
At this point, I remember the season, and I think we had a chat about it. But you always say like the music is there. And I think if I'm recollecting well, that was also the time I was trying to that snacky puppy thing, if you remember. I mean, it's also finances because everybody was like a student. You sort of coming from being a student and you're not there. Finances bringing everybody together. And it takes to build something like I had in mind. It was gonna take time, Definitely. And I feel like maybe if we had funding then, it had made things easier. But so I wanted to ask you, like, you're in that space, you're now almost going into corporate. How did it feel? Like, the sense of, were you about to lose this music thing that you're building on? Or was it like, okay, you knew that, okay, it's something that's just gonna make you be stable, pass by through, and still involved in the
I
music
actually
industry?
can't remember exactly what I was thinking, but I remember because my sister-in-law actually got me the job, and then my older brother, and her, they sat me down. They're like, "Hey, man, there's opportunities, and are you gonna take it? Yes or no? You know." So at the time, I already had the pressure from my
Yeah.
parents, and I just said, "You know what? I'll take it."
Yeah.
I took the opportunity because I was thinking, okay, I can buy me a better saxophone. You know what I mean? Yeah, fine.
Yeah.
I always just, but then it's weird. I mean, if something is meant for you, it's almost gonna haunt you, man. You know?
Right.
So while at APSA, I met certain people who also had interest in the music, and I was gigging while doing the APSA thing, meeting different cats at these gigs. Do you know James? He used to run. It's called Huawei Music now, but
Okay.
Thatch Music.
Okay. I'll put links and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't pronounce his surname, but he's one of the best music directors in the country.
Is it?
So there was a talent show at APSA.
Yeah.
Remember Barclays and APSA used to
Oh,
be
yeah. They were
So
together,
Barclays had like a talent show, talent thing going on with Ghana, all these African countries, including South Africa.
Okay.
So I enrolled into that competition.
Yeah.
And I made it to the finals with the South African team.
Yeah.
And then James actually discovered me there.
Really?
Yeah, it's weird. So when I quit my job, James called me. I don't know if he's gonna see this podcast, but
yeah,
it's really weird, man.
Wow.
When I resigned a week after, he booked me.
Wow.
But he didn't know,
he didn't know that you resigned and stuff.
Because I was constantly trying to be active while at APSA.
Yeah.
Constantly practicing as much as I can.
Yeah.
And when James booked me, that was an eye opener to say, okay, things could probably work out.
Wow. Okay, so I mean, fast forward to now. If you don't know this guy is graced, I don't know how many high profile, I would say, stages. I'll give you the honors to say the ones that you can remember from top of your head. What are some of the highlights, like stages that you've been on, or artists that you've played with?
Sure. From which year?
I mean, from when you started. Like, just give me a couple of names. I know I have some follow-up questions with some of my favorite that you have played with.
Okay.
But
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
But just say a couple.
You know what? I'll start with the international contract I did.
Yeah.
In the Middle East. For me, I grew so much during that 7 months because we were playing 6 nights a week.
Yeah. Where was it? Was it in Qatar or
Bahrain?
Bahrain. Yeah.
Bahrain.
And which year was this?
This was 2018, 2019, because I came back 2020.
Before COVID.
Just before COVID.
Yeah.
I think that's when that's when I grew a lot musically. I mean, I was okay to at least get the gig, you know. But we were playing anything from jazz, ballads, to pop. You know, it was a versatile band. The band is from Saldanha in the Western Cape, but they've been touring, doing these contracts for so many years. Yeah.
How did they hear about you, or how did you come across them?
One of the guys they know in Joburg, a pianist, they just asked him, "Hey man, do you know any sax players that would be keen?" And he recommended me.
Okay.
Do you know anyone? Do you know a guy?
The power of your name out there.
Yeah, just getting your name out there.
Just getting your name out there.
Yeah, so that's one.
Yeah.
Man. Okay.
So you're in Bahrain for 7 months. That's epic.
It was something else because I thought it would be something more because you hear stories about the Middle East being so strict. And, but it was more.
It was chilled.
It was so chill.
Is it?
Yeah, and there's actually a lot of tourists or people from other countries coming in there.
Yeah.
And there's a U.S. Navy base, so it's kind of like.
Oh, is it?
You see a lot of Americans there.
Okay. And out of interest, when you came back, how did your family take it?
Well, yeah, they were now by that time they were already okay. This guy is a musician. He's not getting a job.
Okay.
Yeah, by this time
it was concrete now.
Yeah, it was
okay.
The concrete was dried up long time. Yeah, even before, just before I got the contract, because then I was doing Back of the Moon. It closed now. At Gold Reef City. I was doing Catsies as well, just before I left 2018. Yeah, pushing my own band. I was hustling.
Okay. So it was solid that this guy is in
the they were convinced already. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So that and what else?
Okay, let me start from last year then, because I can remember. Red Bull Symphonic with Kabza the Small.
Look at you just saying it gracefully, like.
No, I mean that was gig of the year, man. Last year that was gig of the year for sure. And then who else did I work with?
So I mean, I know you've worked with Mikasa.
Oh yeah, Mikasa.
You see, this guy is trying to try me out. Okay, let me put it out there. So this guy is playing with Mikasa. You're playing with the Johannesburg Big Band.
Sure.
The Johannesburg Big Band. I don't know, like if it's landing on you, Casper. Like from playing with the youth orchestra, now you are part of the people that we were looking
up to. Yeah,
you're playing with Rob Watson, dude. Like,
Rob Watson and drums, man. Yeah,
unbelievable. For me, it's like, just seeing your story is quite inspiring. Okay, take me into the symphonic, the Red Bull Symphonic. How does that process happen? Like, there's a kid out there from Elders looking at this podcast. They're like, okay, I wanna play the saxophone. But how, obviously, there's this whole process that we have sort of said, like how you got into the industry. But like landing a gig like the Red Bull Symphonic with Kabza and ending up not just playing with the rest, but having solo items on the day, man. Bro. Like, how does that happen? Okay, just take me through the process of that particular event alone.
All right,
like, how did you get the call?
Yeah.
How are the rehearsals? Like, how do you end up like on the lineup of soloists and not just one song?
Hey, man. I think they gave me like 4 songs. But anyway, I got the gig through Adam Howard. He was the music director.
Okay.
Adam Howard at Howard Audio is brilliant trumpet player.
Yeah.
So prior to that, I've obviously been doing gigs with Adam and Bears.
Yeah.
One of the most seasoned horn
Shout
players
out
in the country.
to them, dude.
You know what I mean?
Yo.
Yeah, they I mean, I don't even know what to say for them, you know?
Yeah.
So Adam gave me the call because he was music director. And then, so at the rehearsals, I mean, people always thought it was Kabza booked me. I didn't even speak to Kabza. I didn't even get to speak to him.
Is it?
To be honest. So
okay.
it was like, I see you, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So the rehearsals were... It was tough at first because, like, amapiano is very repetitive and you're counting like 16 bars and another 8 bars and another 32 bars until you get to play. And then the next song is a lot of
shaker going on.
Yeah, you know. So at first I was a bit worried about how it's gonna happen. But after the first rehearsal, the whole orchestra started
gelling more.
Making sense of it. Because obviously there was a conductor in it, but there's also cues on the in-ears.
Okay, all right, cool.
Pardon. So that also helped a lot.
Okay.
How did I get the solos? I mean, Adam probably believed in me.
Okay.
I mean, when you get your score, you check, okay, tenor sax solo. Oh, why? But luckily, amapiano is one of the genres I listen to.
Okay.
Like a lot.
Okay.
And then one of the songs was Superman by DJ Stokie.
Okay,
so The original sax player on that song is actually Tami Mahlangu.
Oh, okay, cool.
Shout out,
yeah.
Brilliant sax player.
Okay.
So that solo is so iconic to the song that I had to go transcribe it.
Okay.
Yeah, because so now the thing, that whole thing, they didn't air the whole show on YouTube, but a lot of people are thinking that I played on that solo, and I'm just confirming it's not me, guys.
Okay.
No, it's not me.
Okay.
I just copied.
Okay,
Gummy.
cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
yeah.
I mean, so how much time did you have to, when getting the call and the actual first rehearsal? Like, when do they give you these calls prior? How far off?
You know what always happens is that they give you a call. Like now, there's a few other gigs coming up.
Yeah.
Which I'm gonna get to.
Yeah.
They give you the call maybe 2 months before.
2 months before. Okay.
Put it on a calendar. You're not gonna get the charts 2 months before.
So you only get them
2 days before.
2 days.
Yeah. You'll see the Dropbox or the WeTransfer in the group 2 days before. Because there's so much going on, man. They're still busy with arrangements.
Yeah.
They're trying to get arrangers
Yeah.
to arrange the music. They do so many changes. I mean,
Yeah.
it's understandable. But I've always been getting the charts like 2 days before.
Okay.
Or 3 days. 3 days when you're lucky.
Yeah, and to anyone who's doing the classical route or reading music, this is where, you know, what we always had, like sight reading and stuff. Like, this is where it comes into play because then it prepares you for things like this.
Yeah, no, definitely. At least now, I make use of the technologies and whatnot. So I record my. While I'm checking out the music, I'm actually recording myself.
I see.
So then, once I've done all the songs, I've covered all the songs, I make a playlist on iTunes. And while I'm driving around, I'm always just listening
to it. Okay.
Yeah, then in my spare time, I'll just go over the charts while listening to it. And I mean, that's one way of doing it.
Yeah, I think my closest nowadays is with church. So I mean, it used to bug me because obviously I was now coming. It was a bit of a transition, you know, been reading music. Now I have to play music by ear. So it was sort of like a shift for me going back to how I started.
Yes.
I always wanted like, okay, but if you are giving me written music, I'm fine. Because, I can see the charts 2 days before. But now if I have to listen to a whole new song, bro, like figure out the charts myself and stuff. So, it has taken me a while, but I think I'm getting there.
Yeah, so it's always a tricky thing to transition between the two. Like, for me, when I started reading music, I struggled so much. Bro. I struggled, I won't lie. Because I was so used to just playing my ear, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that's awesome, man. So, that's Casper. Big gig with the Mikasa one.
The Mikasa one, I'll tell you how I met Dr. Duda. So, he's
Is Dr. Duda always the MD of the band, or are we assuming that he is the...
For me, he's the brains.
He's the brains, okay.
Behind the music. Because he's the producer, he's the keyboard player.
Yeah.
The DJ.
Yeah.
I met him because he was interested in getting tips on saxophone. So he saw my stuff on Instagram. And then... he gave me a DM actually, and
wow,
I went to his house, but also through KB, you know.
KB,
he used to work with Mikasa.
Okay,
and I knew KB. KB and I were friends at the time.
Okay,
so KB also said, "Hey man, Duda's trying to get a hold of you," and what.
Yeah, and
eventually we went to his house, and that's how I got to know Dr. Duda, just by giving him saxophone tips because he plays nice saxophone. As time went on, I think the Mikasa gig came through once again through Bez and Adam.
Because I know it's with the Sousaphonics. Yeah.
Yes. Well, that's Bez's group.
Okay.
So that was a whole collaboration between Sousaphonics and Mikasa, but I just happened to know both groups.
Okay.
You know, mutual.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. No, dude, from just seeing how you've been growing, it's been an honor just to watch you grow and being in all these spaces because I think it, like you say, like always time tells, but like you said, so many things happened that could have hindered you being in those spaces, life happening and stuff. But seeing some of my friends and colleagues still pushing through and making it, I'm super proud. I'm super proud.
Thanks, man.
Giving you flowers now because dude,
appreciate it.
before
Appreciate it, man.
before you open next thing, this guy, I can tell you if there's anything that needs a saxophone and they want to open Parliament or whatever, trust me, Casper's name will be in the top 3 of consideration. So
thanks, man.
Look,
the industry it has ups and downs, man. I'm not gonna lie. But I mean, I wouldn't change it for anything else. I can't imagine another career,
Yeah. That's dope, man. Okay, so I just want to pick your brain because I know you've done some teaching as well.
Oh, yeah.
Are you still teaching?
No.
Okay, but
not really.
if I take you out of retirement for my boy.
Okay, I can still do it.
Yeah.
It's just that I just stay so far away from everyone. Like I drove 40 minutes to get here. You know what I mean? And people are just not willing to come to my house. And
Is it? Okay.
But there was a kid I taught flute last year. He was actually playing piccolo.
Yeah.
And he did well.
Okay.
He did well. So currently it's just online tips that I'm trying to give.
But I wanna ask you in this angle. Most people find themselves teaching because they can't find gigs. Sometimes you get people who love teaching naturally.
Yeah.
Right? Nothing is bad with either both, but I know that there's some conversations that I've had with people that they would prefer gigging than teaching because it's just not for them. How do you see yourself? Do you find yourself more on the gigging side or more on the teaching side, or somewhere like you prefer a bit of both?
That's a nice question. Actually, I actually prefer the gigs.
Okay.
But the nice thing about a teaching gig, if you have a nice teaching gig, you have a stable income.
Okay, yeah.
Because the gigs are going to fluctuate.
Yeah.
Like it or not. I used to teach, there's a school not far from here called Enzo Music. Enzo Music School.
I know. He's just
in Ellen's Neck.
Yeah.
I used to teach there, and what I liked was that I was growing as a player now.
Okay.
Because I'm teaching this thing.
Okay.
And I'm checking it out in a different angle. And when students are late, I get time to practice.
Oh, practice.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The only thing I just didn't work because they weren't really pushing the saxophone thing that much. Sorry, but
okay.
And so I didn't have enough students. It didn't make financial sense for me.
Okay.
At some point. So in the beginning it was cool. It was almost a year that I taught there.
Okay. Oh, cool. All right. And now making music, like producing. How did you get into that? Like, more on a technical space, like how did you learn to produce? What even prompted you to say like, okay, I can produce music?
It was just curiosity.
Yeah.
To start with.
Okay.
Because you get a hold of FL Studio.
Yeah.
Start making.
Because again, I'm saying this because obviously I'm coming with an angle that I know this guy, I follow him on his socials. So one day you see Cas has like, I think you put up like a space or something. I'm like, hey, what's going on? Then, I think you posted something like, I'm not sure if it was Logic that you're using at the time. And then, okay, so this guy is producing music now. Because I want you guys to understand, like, obviously, if you're coming from a classically trained space, all you know is trying to be the best at what you are. You know, my aim when I didn't know that there was a Rob Watson and stuff, But that's what you're trying to aim for when you get exposed to, like, okay, Rob Watson is the hot drama in the stuff that you're going for, jazz, classical music and stuff, you are aiming to, for him, to get to his level and stuff. So stuff like people saying, no, they're producing music and stuff, like it will be, maybe it will be in your radar, but like it's not something that you're thinking about. So now seeing some of your peers where you were together, and then you see like, okay, this guy is diversifying, is now producing music,
You know what? The influence comes from so many spaces like Instagram, the guys you follow. Like you said, Rob Watson, one of the guys you look up to.
Yeah.
You always find someone who's cool, someone you like. You like the way they approach things. And so with Instagram and social media, there's so many guys like, I'll tell you who got me into production. It's weird because these are jazz cats.
Oh, okay.
It's either Bob Reynolds or Braxton Cook.
Oh, is it? Was Rob Snacky Puppy, right?
Yeah, Bob Reynolds was Snacky Puppy. So he had like a vlog that I used to follow. Like religiously. Yeah, I literally saw his son grow up on the vlog. So I used to I still do. I follow the vlog, and obviously you see the day-to-day ins and outs of being a full-time musician.
Yeah.
You need to get your hands on software. So I think by then I was already curious at playing around with FL Studio.
Okay.
And being a house music lover, I always try to like make music and just fiddle around. Because you have so much time. It's not always going to be gigs, right?
Yeah.
And then I stumbled across Braxton Cook. I think it was 2014.
Okay.
He came to South Africa. It was Joy of Jazz.
Okay, yeah.
He was playing in Christian Scott's band, burning alto player. I was like, who's this cat? Who's this guy? I looked him up, Braxton Cook, started following him.
Yeah.
Realized that his music is like, he's not even doing proper jazz. But he's a jazz musician, but his original music is like something else. So I realized, okay.
There are other options.
There are other options, and I started just finding my own sound. I remember there was a Emirates Pursuit of Jazz competition that I entered as well, and it needed original compositions as well.
Oh, okay.
I think that was, for me, that's when I met most of the cats, industry cats as well.
Okay.
But it also gave me confidence in terms of like producing and, composing. Because production is like, you're composing digitally.
You literally have to get something from thin air and make it materialize.
You're composing digitally, basically. So, for me, instead of writing down the music, composing like that, I used,
you put it in the logic.
And logic,
in logic. Okay, that's awesome. So you've released some body work. Do you care to share? I was actually, when I was getting some snacks for you, I was making my boy listen to some of your music in the car. Yeah, we're listening to the... so the first one that pops up when you search your name on Apple is Sankara, I think. Sankara something.
With Moby Dixon.
Yeah, with Moby Dixon. And then some of your stuff. What was it? Something in...
Not that
sex,
deep.
Something like no more, not that deep. And then there's something, it's like a catchphrase that you used, like I want more sex, but like as in the saxophone.
I'll tell you.
Yeah.
It's with Tan's Nero.
Yeah, I think
it's actually his song.
Is it?
Yeah. I actually removed most of my original works from the internet.
Is it?
Because a lot of people know me to do covers, which is sad.
Okay.
But also great.
Yeah.
I do a lot of weddings and restaurant gigs. Anyway, so the cover thing, I decided, you know what, I'm going to work on a actual cover album and then add some originals to the album, because I'm gonna get more traction
from the
covers as well, which
Yeah.
I'm actually busy with that album right
Okay.
now. So yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So yeah, it's actually taking a lot of my time and costly as well.
But like, do you find it a bit difficult to navigate through the producing stuff, releasing music, compared to what most people might know you from just the gigging stuff?
Yeah, I mean, to come up with an idea and make up the music and make it sound nice and releasing it, that's one thing. But once the music is out there, you shouldn't just relax.
Yeah.
Now that's a different gig on its own now to just do the PR and
Yeah. You have to market yourself.
oh man, it's just
and
so
if
tough
you're
because
independent.
man, how many people do you think if you go to a music shop,
Yeah.
how many times have you seen someone buy a studio in a box setup?
The,
You know what I mean? Everyone has a setup these days.
Yeah.
Everyone is making music. So
But-
it's so flooded now.
yeah.
It's so
I hear
flooded.
you.
So you have to come
You
up
kind
with
of have to be unique. Not just being unique because everybody's unique in their way, but like you said, the resources that go into making people now know your music, it's a bit. It needs that big machine. Unfortunately, it's with the the monopoly of the big distributing companies and stuff. I remember Tyler. I don't know because we don't want to say no. You knew who Tyler was back in the day before everyone. But like even when she was gaining traction, people were not making it big in hymns and
Okay.
up until I'm not sure how the story. I sort of have a recon on Tyler's what you call it profile because I was doing it as an assignment for varsity. So there was a big break where she got like signed, and then you can instantly tell like when she started doing. I think she broke through one of the tracks that was on Blood and Water and stuff. Like getting all that traction now up until it's sort of like it becomes instant.
Are you telling me she kind of like had a mini blow up before Water?
Before Water.
Interesting.
Before Water. And I think that's I'm tend to be corrected, but there was this wave of private school, piano. She was somewhere there.
She was somewhere there. Nice.
She was somewhere there.
Yeah, because a lot of people are like, Tyler she just blew up on TikTok and she got lucky.
Dude.
And I always
People
thought,
have been working, eh?
I mean, yeah, and these are like cats who, well, not really musicians, they just love listening to music. And for me, someone who's in the industry, I just kept quiet and didn't want to have that debate because I knew how the industry works in a way. You don't just blow up.
You don't just blow up. You could. Nowadays with TikTok,
possible.
you can just blow up. But if anyone who can, especially the way that she's sustaining that blow up, you can tell that definitely someone has put in the work prior to that. So yeah, definitely money goes a long way. And the big machine of being signed, unfortunately, especially if you want to get your music out there, So,
definitely.
Yeah, but anyway, Cas, besides music, I know you're venturing into other stuff like entrepreneurship stuff,
Gotta pay the bills, man.
What's the importance of diversifying as an artist? Like, how do you see that?
Actually, you know what made me decide to go into. I was always like a entrepreneurial type of guy, I always had like business opportunities. I did business studies. It was one of my favorite subjects at school.
Oh, cool.
But more to say, I always wanted to do the art thing as in sell portraits while I'm doing the music thing.
I see.
So I was always like thinking business wise. But once again, Bob Reynolds in one of his vlogs, there's There's this, I can't remember what episode it is, where he speaks about money management for musicians. So he knew early on that he needs to have some sort of financial cushion
I see.
because of the fluctuation of the gigs
Yeah.
and all of that. So now, obviously, he has that set up. It's a nice vlog actually. I'll send you the link.
Oh yeah,
maybe,
yeah, cool.
and then you can maybe
Yeah, please do.
yeah,
We'll put it up.
yeah. It's very important. Actually, I'm gonna go rewatch it again just to Anyway, and then I realized, okay, I don't have the financial cushion now. I didn't save up, and also, how am I gonna retire? Because this is my career, right? So I started looking at different things. I even tried Forex at some point. Yeah. Which wasn't too bad, bro.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad.
Are you still doing it?
No, not this year. Last year I was big on it. But this I just haven't had the time to look at the charts and analyze the
because
market.
this also needs time, to like you're saying, analyzing
to analyze it, yes.
understanding them and stuff. So.
And believe me, it's not gambling.
Okay.
It's totally
because
different.
most people they think that way. Like once you say Forex, like
no. I mean the banks trade. Even the banks are trading. They have a Forex department. Yeah. So I'm always trying to look for different streaming, different streams of income. It's very important because you and your partner. I mean, are you guys looking at other
yeah. We're looking at other ventures. Okay, currently you're putting me on the spot.
Sorry.
But, yeah, we've got an Airbnb thing going on.
You understand?
So yeah, we're trying to.
It's just not possible to do one gig. I mean, just the music thing.
Yeah.
In the South African music industry, you just can't do that.
Yeah, not true.
Look at guys like Adam Howard. They have the studio, which is doing well. They have the gigs,
which are doing well,
which is doing well as well. The South African music industry is just too small.
Yeah,
it's just too small compared to the States, the UK. You know what I mean? And
so you gotta diversify.
You have to diversify, man.
Cool. So some of the stuff, I mean, you've mentioned the Forex stuff that you have looked into. I know at some point you were pushing. Was it an online mobile something? Watermelon? No, sorry. No, melon something?
Melon Mobile.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are like an affiliate program.
Okay.
It's actually discontinued now.
Oh, is it?
So yeah, I was one of the first customers. I mean, you'd see some banners now these days of Melon Mobile. I still use the network on my phone.
Cool.
So Melon Mobile are like that affiliates. I do a lot of affiliate marketing. I'm actually in one right now.
All right. Is it the water?
No, that's something else.
Okay. All right. Which other one is the affiliate one?
It's called Live Good. It's an American company.
Okay. What do they do?
They sell like wellness products, like supplements for exercising, organic coffee.
Oh, is it?
CBD oil, just wellness products like that.
Okay.
But obviously, if you're an affiliate, you get like discounts.
Okay.
So I'm not selling the products. I'm just into the compensation plan. They have a nice compensation plan.
Okay.
Yeah, so if I get Hastings in, Hastings get his wife. People call it a pyramid scheme. It's really not. It's really not. I'm getting SMSs, man. My account is right,
Yeah.
I'm getting paid. It's not easy at the beginning because people are like, man, this is a pyramid scheme.
Doubt,
until I show them.
Like,
I got paid last Thursday,
Yeah.
It's not much, but dude, trust me.
At least it's something.
It's something.
You're getting. And then the water, you're telling me
Alkaline,
about it.
Yeah, so I'm obviously doing this with my partner, right? Because she has other stuff going on, but she's not really working an actual job right now.
Yeah.
But part of our side hustles is the alkaline ionized water, pH 10. We basically reselling.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it like a more health side water?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not the normal type of water. Like if you would check any other still water,
Yeah.
check the pH level would probably be like 7 or 8. This one is on 10.
Okay.
So pH level, I don't know. It's like the acidity.
Acidity, yeah.
Am I saying it right?
Yeah.
So the higher the pH level, the less acid
It has
is in
the water.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think normal tap water is around 6 or 7.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. But tap water is not even. Do you drink tap water?
Boiled more sometimes.
You understand? You have to go through that process of boiling the water. So
Yeah.
I actually I started selling it because I liked what it did for me. I had like a constipation issue and the acid reflux.
Yeah, it helped.
It helped with that initially.
Okay.
And then,
I should actually look into that because I think I also have acid reflux and stuff.
Oh,
so
man.
yeah, and it was bad during COVID. And then like my symptoms was when I was talking, you got a cough coming out and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I was panicking. So went to see what should they call it? Ear, nose, throat.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it was like no cut, avocado cut, what. I was like, dude, you're cutting my whole life now.
You're
Like,
cutting your whole life, basically. So it doesn't, obviously, it's not an instant like cure for
but over time
it reduces it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. And I know, so I wanted to ask you, because you mentioned it a little bit earlier before we started, but I wanted to ask you about the Major 7th. Is it Major 7th Productions?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So is it part of your entrepreneurial, but within the music industry?
Exactly.
Now? Okay.
Exactly.
Can you please explain a little bit about that?
Okay, how it came about.
Yeah.
Let me start there. Obviously, I always obviously have to like handle my own gigs at some point.
Yeah.
Right? Somebody's trying to book me for a wedding. I have to send an invoice. Take riders or whatever.
Yeah.
So you start becoming so good at it that people start asking you to do it for them.
Oh, okay.
You understand? Like, I'm part of a group called Groove Collective.
Okay, yeah.
It's not my group.
Yeah.
But I'm one of the main members. So I'm handling their bookings right now.
Okay.
So I just decided, you know what? Let me register a company that's going to handle bookings and admin for artists and musicians.
Cool.
I actually have a Instagram page with some of the people that's on board right now.
Yeah, cool. We'll put the link up.
Yeah. Please hit to follow there. And my partner's obviously helping me with that as well. So
okay.
Yeah, like I said earlier, I'm waiting for a deposit right now. I actually need to send a PDF to one of the clients. Hey, payment.
Think about being freelance and always waiting for, because that's the other thing with art. Once you have provided the service, it's not tangible like a car where you can go and repossess your car and stuff, because they've enjoyed your services. So now the paying part is always a bit tricky. How are you navigating that though?
Man, I put like a payment reminder, a formal PDF, so I make sure the client pays if it's a private gig. Like, I won't do this if it's like if you booking me for example. You know? But if it's a client and it's a private gig, that I'd ask them, okay, I'd send them the terms and conditions.
Yeah.
And I make sure 12 hours before the event, I'm paid up.
Okay.
So I send the payment reminder. Yeah, because I mean, how many times have we been screwed over, bro?
Good. Yeah.
You know?
Crazy.
So, I'm still actually just working on the contracts with that. I want to get proper law guys in. And because if I'm going to be handling other people's bookings, the contract needs to be proper.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So. And then the DJing.
Okay.
You see what I mean? Casper just dropped something out of nowhere, and then that's a cool. I've been not at how what you're doing proper DJing. That's why I call it proper DJing. They're proper DJs, and I wanna go into, maybe it'll eventually get into like proper DJing, but because wifey does events as well.
Oh, nice.
So she does the deco. side.
Nice.
So she does decor for birthdays, weddings, and stuff. So I was like, you know what? I might as well just, when someone is asking her to book, we'll say we got a sound system going on, or we've got DJ services going on and stuff. So that's what I'm trying to venture into. But I know you started now proper DJing, you know? And obviously yours is more cool because now you're still incorporating the saxophone.
Yeah.
So please, can you share how did that start?
I can't remember how it started actually, man. I think it's just listening to Amapiano more, and because the Groove Collective band that I'm with is actually, it's a DJ, keys, drums, and saxophone. So
Okay.
I was just, and it's also something that has to do with when I do my solo gigs, like sets.
Yeah.
I always have to press play, and then there's those
weird,
annoying gaps in between.
Yeah.
So when I'm DJing, I can just fade in the track,
And then fade it out.
and it gives me more versatility.
Yeah.
Like I can just read the crowd. Okay,
Okay.
I'm gonna go this direction. I'm gonna
So
go
you're not now bound to the set list that you would
Yeah,
have
I'm
with
not
the
bound to
tracks,
my
with the backing
tracks.
tracks.
Yeah, I can just play any
That's
song.
pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's pretty dope.
And it started. Yeah, that's where it started. So I was fooling around on this DJ app. It's called DJ Pro on the iPad. So it's working out. I'm gonna go live on TikTok now.
Yeah.
I'm going live.
Was this still on the app?
This is still on the iPad.
Yeah.
People are they're sending song requests.
Yeah.
It's like, it's going bonkers.
Is
It's
it?
going crazy. So I thought, okay. After like 2 or 3 lives, I was like, okay. Let me try a controller and see how far I can.
Is it, was the transition from the app to the controller? And is the controller intimidating or not? It is.
At first.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I'm still intimidated by the actual,
like those big.
Yeah.
Okay.
The big Pioneer 3000.
Yeah.
I mean, because the controller, it's your comfort zone. I mean, most DJs tell me, man, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
So until I get to work around those, I'll be able to.
Okay. No, dude. You're doing, for me, like, you're inspiring me on so many levels because I was like, yeah, man, we can do that, you know? So like, kudos for you, like, for doing that. You've inspired me, like, to put, because I've been procrastinating on it and stuff. So I'm trying to save up now. You know, like, I always aim for the Tom sales.
Yeah, we all do, bro.
You know, so,
speaking about that Tom sale, bro.
Yeah.
I went last year and I didn't get anything.
Is it?
I couldn't.
Why?
The prices didn't make sense, bro. It didn't.
Things are more expensive now.
Yeah, it didn't feel like a sale.
Are people still going though? Because I don't know when.
People are going.
When was that one where we bumped into each other? I mean, we always bumped into each other there, but I think my last one was, I'm trying to think, 2021 or somewhere there. I think that's when I got my drum kit.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I think I was there.
That was the last one I got. But yeah, it's been interesting. So yeah, I'm aiming for that. Like just getting some speakers, you know.
Do you know when the next one is?
I don't know. That's you see, being a family man now.
You don't keep up with these things.
I gotta negotiate, you know, like can I have some for these and so how are you navigating family and gigging though?
Look, where we stay, we still have our parents around in the area, so they're helping a lot with like when I'm out of town.
Okay.
And so that's one thing. The issue is buying new gear.
Yeah.
Like I have to ask permission to buy reeds, bro. And reeds is like I can't play without my reeds. You know what I mean? So the budgeting thing.
I understand you totally, bro.
Yeah.
I know if wifey is saying this. Okay, now you'll be saying I'm not alone, but but literally you gotta. I mean, I think it's important as well to do that. You know, like because I think once you're married, you won. You can't just do stuff like we've been doing.
No,
you know,
definitely.
because you know, like it was sort of religious. Tom sale. I knew my people that I'm gonna bump into, and would have saved up. They know you could finish everything. I remember the one time, literally I was left with R1 in my account, R1, but I was fine. I was literally fine. I was like, I'm fine. I'm filled up to the next,
Sure.
give. I was literally fine, but I can't do that now.
You can't do that.
I can't just go into Botnas or Tom's, and get whatever.
You actually reminded me. There was this. It's a Audio Technica clip-on mic for the saxophone.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you ask any sax player or trumpet player, they when you see a good mic priced well, you want to get your hands on it. So I'm at Marshall. This guy tells me, now I can give you the mic for 7.5. I have $8,000 in my account, Tastings.
Yeah.
The next, it's like Wednesday. The next gig is like on Saturday. I don't know if they're gonna pay on the day because I'm sessioning with other cats.
Yeah.
I told the guy, give me like 5 minutes. Let me think about it.
Yeah.
It's the last mic. So I brought him down because it's like, okay, final price 7.5, bro.
Yeah.
I made a call. I told my brother, hey man, I might need your help later this week.
Yeah.
Will you be able to help me? He's like, no, cool.
You went for it.
I had 500 left.
Yeah. Is it the one that you're using now? Is it the red one?
No. Well, recently I bought one from Timo. Which wasn't bad, but I still use that, man.
Okay, use it. Okay.
Yeah. It's a nice mic.
Okay, cool. I mean, like, let's dive into your gear now, like your day-to-day gear on a gig. What saxophone brand do you go for, or what do you use?
My alto saxophone is a P. Moriarty La Bravo.
Okay.
It's, intermediate, semi-professional horn.
Yeah.
My tenor is a Shatao.
Okay.
Taiwanese brand as well.
Okay.
And then my mouthpieces are Theo Wane, some American brand.
Okay.
Yeah, those are quite expensive because I saved at least 2 years to get.
Wow.
Yeah, then I go for 12K.
Yeah.
That's just a mouthpiece, bro.
Good.
But like it was like saving, and I spend the money and save again. Yeah.
So
mic wise, I use the Audio Technica.
Yeah.
And then mixer, I have this 12-channel Soundcraft UI 12.
Okay.
So I get my effects from there.
Yeah.
I don't use the pedal anymore, actually.
Oh, okay.
Actually, because I get my effects from
the mixer.
And to do all those harmonies, right now it's kind of overrated. At church, I do use it. Yeah.
Okay. All right, no, that's cool. No, I mean, I'm asking you because, like I said, this platform, I'm trying to make it more educational than anything. Obviously hearing your story, but I'm trying to have this platform as an inspiration to some kid out there who's trying to find how does the music industry work, and so all these other music stuff, that we normally don't talk about.
Sure.
When people are talking about music, they're thinking of Capsa, the drama, the gossip. But like there's this whole music industry that's feeding families, that's
the reality.
The reality of it, the musicians on stage and stuff. So those are the stories I'm trying to get out there and have people get access to. And hopefully what I didn't have, when I was trying to get seriously into because I feel like most of this stuff that I have now or gotten exposed to, not like for me because I believe in God, so I feel like God directed me to the right people, JYO, getting that information. But if I can help some kid out there to say like, okay, this is the route that you can actually take to get some success in it, that would be dope. So
that's also just more on believing in an inner voice, and believing in your gut, believing in yourself. Just more like shut out, even if it's your mother, bro. Just like shut out that negative thoughts or negative influence?
No, dude.
Just to,
Tell me about it.
yes, you dude. You know,
just reminded me.
it's not easy. It's not easy when you upcoming cat, man.
No, it's not. It's not. So, what advice would you give someone on like soloing and improvisation? I know, like that's a hot topic that needs a podcast on its own, but like just from your sense, you're playing in church, you're playing at big band, events. I had the privilege of watching you actually. Which one was that? Was that
Swinger
the last?
Bells.
Yeah,
Oh,
Swinging
yeah.
Bells. Yeah. So my little brother was in town, and I was like, we could do this, because I wanted to expose him to the music I listen to and in a live concept and stuff. So he was super impressed, and I was like, that guy soloing is my friend, And those are the things, like when someone is looking at you on stage, I mean, they don't know this whole story that has come, but like it's so inspiring, dude. Like just to mention to my little brother and say, like, dude, where we've come from and what I've sort of tried to do, you see that person there, I know him, So for him, it's like, it's mind-blowing, like that just simple thing like that. So what's your take on soloing improvisation? Is it necessary? Is it what advice would you give someone to get it right?
Yeah, okay. Assuming that I am getting it right, because wow. When I hear my solos, I'm like, oh, no.
Yeah.
But anyway, what I know, or what's going to help is definitely your scales, obviously.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to tell you that. Play your scales. And listen, don't just listen. If you're a jazz kid, don't just listen to swinging all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, there's more to it, Especially if you're in an industry like South Africa.
Okay, yeah.
Industry. You want to listen to gospel. You want to listen to... I listen to a lot of smooth jazz.
Okay.
I mean, this is my preference,
Yeah.
So the more versatile your Spotify playlist is, the more versatile you're going to start approaching. You're going to start approaching it in different... how can I put this? If I do a solo on a pop song, I'm not going to approach it the same way I'm doing it in a jazz setting.
Yeah.
Because if a jazz player is going to come and do all those Charlie Parker lines on All I Do or the Stevie Wonder track, it's not going to make sense.
It's not going to make sense, yeah.
So it's a lot of listening. It's a lot of transcribing and copying your favorite players.
Yeah.
It's tons of scales, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
There's a lot of practice in general.
All right. No, I think that's good advice. That's good advice. Lots of listening, and I think the transcribing as well helps. Eventually, I think it leads you to get your own unique sound.
True.
Yeah, because though you're transcribing, might sound the same, but like because it's you playing, it's never exactly the same.
I actually, I'm a big Kirk Whalum fan. You might know that.
Yeah.
But as much as I love his playing, lately, I think for the past year, I've been like just moving away from that.
Is it?
Because everyone's trying to like sound like that. And I mean, Kirk Whalum did his thing and he's still doing it.
Yeah.
And it's cool if he does it. But now if someone else does the same thing, I mean, what do you have to offer?
What do you have? Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think you met Cake, right?
I met him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. It was a CD signing, meet and greet at Musica. Yeah, spoke to him for a minute.
That's dope. That's dope, dude.
Man.
That's dope. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, I mean, you mentioned TikTok now. Because I had not put this up, but why is it important for us as musicians, artists, and whoever is in the music industry to be out there online? Do you think it's necessary or not?
It's definitely necessary. Definitely is. Because I started realizing the more videos I put out, the more I'm in people's faces and the more I'm going to get bookings. That was on Instagram before TikTok even came out. So, yeah. I actually got the attention of Double HP before he passed.
Oh, wow.
I worked with him a couple of times.
Wow.
Through social media. That's a simple thing like you covering his song or you adding saxophone to his song. you
then
mention
it's
him.
like,
It's a small chance that the celebrities, they have so many things going on.
yeah,
They're probably not gonna see the video or
Yeah.
reply to it.
Yeah.
But that one time, he might just see it and comment on it.
True.
Yeah.
I remember 2 instances I've done. I know something so he did. He watched it because obviously it shows you that he watched it, but he didn't like it. And then I think I did something with Loiso, Double L. I think that time, COVID times, when he released the gender-based violence song, and he retweeted that. Like the traction I got, that's when I realized the power of social media, because the traction I got back from him just resharing that little piano thing that I did. And then recently, with one of my marimba bands, we did a cover of Shwalabam, like on marimbas.
Oh, yeah, I think I saw that, yeah.
And then Snare, SNE, he literally like reshared it on his pages. So like simple things like that, like
Small
can
things like
get
that,
you
bro.
out there, So
And it's all about the hierarchy. Unfortunately, it's like the pyramid scheme. Like people tell me, Casper, you like stop it all this pyramid scheme. But everything is a
True.
It's like that.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to push Illuminati agendas here, but like if you look at the music industry, who's at the top? It's the big names like Kabza. Below them is maybe the session musicians who are getting the music done. Below them are maybe the teachers who taught those session musicians. If you go to a corporate setting, it's your boss, it's the manager. It's
so there's
team
always
leader.
this hierarchy.
Always a hierarchy, man.
Man. Yeah, but anyway, for me, this has been super exciting and obviously so much insights and getting to know you better.
Yeah, man.
But thank you so much for coming through. But before we end, what's up for Casper for the next 5 years? At least for now, like I don't get shocked if you if you pull some stats there, then I see you are acting or something.
Definitely not acting. I don't think that I'd want to go into acting.
Okay, is it?
Yeah.
What's up for Casper in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years.
Or maybe recent, what you working on some projects or anything?
I'll start with what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
I'm doing that cover album. It's going to be called Covered Up.
Oh, cool.
I've actually started on YouTube when I was just doing backtracks and saxophone to it. So that wasn't really, there's no copyright involved. It's just there. So I'm doing it official.
Okay, cool.
Making that official. So there's going to be a series of projects under Covered Up, Volume 1, Volume 2.
Oh, cool.
Because there's so many songs to cover, right?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to venture into that. I've been thinking about this actually. Like doing not a wind band, so to say, but like an ensemble.
Oh, okay.
For the youth in my community. But
that would be dope.
God willing, if the funds are there, I'll probably pull it off.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that would be dope. No, dude, you're more than welcome anytime you want some free cheap drama to come and play for you. I'm here for free, and I'll make sure that I'll bring some of my friends and because for me that's like, if we can invest into the next kids, somewhere somehow, an opportunity, especially if it's just a concert to come and play with them and whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm always right now. My mind is more set on long-term investment type of stuff. Like just to, when I'm 60 or when I'm 70, who's gonna book me? You know what I mean? Yeah. I'll probably still play, but I'm just thinking long-term.
I know, but like with your chops, you never say never. You'll be like, I know. Like obviously, it'll be interesting to see like how life will pan out, but I'm confident that the best is yet to come for you, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still young and there's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot to look forward to. I'm just trying to, like, my biggest hope is now this Covered Up thing. I'm hoping it's gonna open a lot of doors, because I'm doing international and local songs.
Okay.
Just to diversify things and try to accommodate everyone. So it'll be unfair if I just do international music.
Yeah. Oh, that's dope. Okay, and if people really interested, they wanna connect with you, what are your handles and where can they find you?
All right, Instagram, Casper on Sax, at Casper on Sax. You can just follow me there. TikTok, Casper Esau II, or Casper on Sax again. What is this still? Twitter.
YouTube?
YouTube? Yeah, same thing. Casper Esau II.
I'll put out the links and
I'll share the links. Twitter, Casper_CM.
Okay. Do you tweet a lot?
No. It's not even worth it following me. It's not. I don't tweet.
I feel like there's certain platforms that are just designed for specific fields. And if you are, maybe if you are a big artist like your Maporisa, Casper and stuff, then Twitter might work for you. But like stuff like TikTok, Instagram, I feel like they are for the average people in the music industry who are the engine, you know, pushing this thing out. And if you want to be discovered, those are like your creative platforms to be on, you know. So, all right, cool.
Oh yeah, that's Facebook.
Yeah, on Facebook, yeah.
Casper Esau II Music. That's the music page there. Yeah, man.
It's been a pleasure, Casper.
It's been nice, man.
Thank you for coming through. I don't take this for granted at all. And all I can wish is that you continue to soar and break those barriers, man.
Thanks,
looking forward to it. Like, I know you're going to come back here and we're going to have some more updates and stuff.
Give me the call, bro. I'll pull through.
Yeah, cool. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.